Hello and welcome back to Let's Talk Real Estate. My name is Kristen Jock with Compass, and on this week's episode I'm discussing the gender gap in homeownership. So Yale basically did a study, and what they found after looking at about 50 million housing transactions between the years of 1991 to 2017 was that overall single women are buying more homes than single men. In fact, 1.5 million more homes. However, single women are paying 2% more for those homes in comparison to their male counterparts. They're also selling for 2% less than their male counterparts. So what are some of the factors that might be contributing to this gender gap? The first is not timing the market. In fact, that's accommodating for about 50% of the gap. The second is ineffective negotiation. So why is this a problem? Housing returns account for the largest category of household savings, and they account for a larger fraction of overall retirement savings than even stock investment. So a difference on housing returns could lead to an overall widening of the wealth gap. What are some differences in gender behavior? Well, overall, women tend to purchase when prices overall are higher. They tend to list for a lower price, and they tend to negotiate less discount. Men, on the other hand, tend to choose properties which have characteristics associated with a higher overall return. They also tend to be more likely to make a risky investment, which also has the potential for a higher return. And finally, what are some takeaways? So one thing has been shown is that the size of the gap is really dependent on how long the property is held. So if you hold the property for longer, the difference in return will be less between men and women. Therefore, a buy and hold long term will be a good strategy. Next, when you buy and sell matters. So men are doing much better in timing the market. And it may be due to the fact that family status is affecting a woman's ability to adequately time the market. In other words, single women are more likely to have children or other dependents, which could affect their ability to choose when they want to buy and sell. Also, priorities can weaken your bargaining power, your ability to negotiate, as can your housing affinities. So there are some who suggest that women fall more in love with a property, and that can affect their negotiation ability. And finally, the gender gap all but disappears in a tight housing market. And the reason for this is likely that the negotiation style is more like that of an auction, in which the best and highest offer is the one that ultimately succeeds, versus there being more of a bilateral negotiation. So obviously this information is going to be something that we want to be mindful of as single women when going through to purchase or to sell a home, and try to keep these points in mind. If you have questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. I hope that this information is useful, and I hope to see you all soon. Take care.